Welcome to the Hot Girl School, the podcast where we redefine confidence and go way beyond the reflection you see in the mirror.
We're your hosts, Lauren and Danielle, here to empower you to embrace your inner radiance because confidence is so much more than looks.
Whether you're strutting into an event or conquering the boardroom, join us as we explore topics like self-love, inner strength, and owning your unique journey to confidence.
So grab your favorite drinky and turn up that volume because you're about to unleash your true potential.
Welcome back, Hotties. School is now in session, and in today's episode, we are live from Las Vegas, and we are going to talk to you about the power of giving compliments. Well, let's dive in. Welcome to the Hot Girl School. School is now in session.
And we are here in Vegas.
Live from Las Vegas. And boy, what an eventful time it has been.
Yeah.
In today's episode, we thought it would be really fun to share with you some of the things that we've noticed while being here in Vegas and get into the power of compliments and complimenting one another. Don't you agree?
Yes. Our time here has been very funny because we love to give compliments when we see girls or families or whoever that are looking good or doing something that we love. Neither of us have an issue walking up to a stranger and just saying, I love this. Like on my way to the airport, there was this cutest family and they were just the cutest from behind. And I was like, you guys are so cute. Like it was 3 little boys. They all had their suitcase. They all had messy jerseys on. And I couldn't help myself. I just had to say something. And they both just kind of stopped, mom and dad, and were like, thanks. Like what a weird compliment, right?
No,
So
they love that.
Oh,
I
totally
love when
loved
people
it.
tell me my family is cute. I'm like, thank you.
Yes, that's the best. So we wanted to carry that theme throughout the weekend and like give compliments when due. And quite frankly, we received some compliments from strangers and we just feel like that means that you are confident in yourself to go and talk to a stranger like that. And we made some friends out of it.
Yeah, we always talk about everybody loves to be referred to as a hottie, or that you put effort into creating an outfit and you rock that outfit. And it feels nice when somebody's like, dang, you look good. You look cute. And to be fair, we put a lot of thought into our outfits. We coordinated outfits. It was super fun. We went
Vegas
glam.
cowgirls.
Yeah.
Glam. Yeah.
Glam cowgirl style. And it was fun. It sparked a lot of conversations. Our outfits weren't the traditional like jeans, skirts, band tees,
Yeah, I was
hats,
gonna say
stuff like that. It was
brown.
very glam.
Yeah, it was very glam.
Very
black
glam.
and silver. Fringe.
Mhm.
It was loud.
It was loud, yeah. It was definitely
It was
loud.
very loud. But we wanted to go with what we considered was the theme. And we spent a lot of time going back and forth. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? A couple buys, a couple returns. Like it took a while to get there. So when we got here and we're in person to be able to wear them together, it was so much fun. And we completely complemented each other. But that was a lot of effort to get there. And so
Okay, so let's unpack that because we always want tangibles, right? So one of the reasons why it was so fun for us is because we loved our outfit. We felt confident in what we were wearing. We felt comfortable in it. I think that's a big thing for me. I like to feel comfortable in what I'm wearing. So, and I really struggle at packing. You know this. I'm a huge overpacker. I like my options. What can I say? But I'm able to narrow it down and not be so crazy if I really plan out the outfit. And then it makes me more excited for the trip to know like, okay, I have this really fun outfit that I can wear.
that you haven't worn
Yes.
yet. Fresh pictures, fresh feeling.
Totally.
You're putting it all on. Like you try it on at home and you're so excited. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the event. It's far different than just going to a dinner because it's an event. There was a theme for us. We decided we wanted to be Vegas glam cowgirls, not just regular cowgirls. And yours on that.
Now, some people really struggle with shopping. Like it's the bane of their existence. It's something they dread, but they also don't love what they have in their closet, right? So I think that if that's you, if we're speaking to somebody where you're like nodding your head and you're like, yep, I resonate with that. That is me. Try planning it out, even if it's just one outfit. And something that I like to do is I'll like screenshot the clothes that I'm shopping for and then move them next to each other so I can try and picture the outfit. And then I'm a huge online shopper. So I'll buy a bunch of stuff and I'll return it. So always check the return policy.
Always.
That'll get you if it's only a credit. But if you
Except
struggle,
if it's at Fashion Nova, I don't mind that credit.
you
I'll reimburse you for
keep
yours.
keep going, right? Fashion Nova, can we get a sponsor? Just throw it out there.
Shein, please. And that's the thing. It's fast fashion and, it's kind of like you don't want to spend a ton of money on this outfit or this very particular dress, or in our case,
Sure.
dress and boots, or top and bottom for you. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm never going to wear this again, which is why we do the fast fashion, and it becomes like a $50 outfit instead of.
Especially if it's a theme, like a concert, and you're going for a certain look. There were so many girls that were like, oh my gosh, I love your boots. Where are they from? They couldn't believe that we got them at Shein and they were $30. So don't be afraid to go that route. And it's all how you put the outfit together. And most importantly, if you feel comfortable in it, you're going to walk more confident. You're going to have your chin up. You're going to look out. You're going to make eye contact. And you're going to get some compliments.
When you get the compliments, then you know you nailed the outfit, you
Yes.
know, like, and you're happy about it. And then that almost gives you another boost of confidence. So then when you're walking through that crowd, you have even more confidence. And maybe you throw your shoulders back and you stand up a little straighter and you're like, okay, I look hot and it feels good. And then you also want to pay that forward.
Totally.
Who's our favorite person to compliment and say thank you to?
Oh, definitely service people. So like if there's a bathroom attendant, if there's somebody picking up, like just to say, hey, thanks for coming to work today. People don't say that, and it goes a long way. You never know what type of ripple effect you can have by showing some kindness to someone and really just making their day. So I would say for some takeaways is, you know, sometimes it's like, it's nerve wracking. You're like, dang, that girl's so pretty. I love her outfit. I should tell her. And then you kind of rethink it. And then when you do that, the next time you do that, go for it. Go and tell them, because think about how you feel when someone tells you that they like your shoes, or you look beautiful, or you look hot today. That feels nice. So give that out there. Be the energy you want to receive and see what happens, because you could totally change somebody's day with one compliment.
And I know it's easy to think that a certain type of girl who looks a certain way, like she hears it all the time, she doesn't need to, but like maybe she had a really bad day. And what you said just totally
Turned it around.
Yeah, like it made her smile, and it was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, I don't want to give any negative examples, but you know, like we all have bad days, and no matter who you are, what you look like, it just feels good to receive a compliment. So I think that until you become until you start practicing this, it's hard at first, especially if you're a little bit shy or a little bit of an introvert, stepping outside your comfort zone, especially someone maybe you like are a little infatuated with. And I do not mean in a romantic way, but like I always have a girl crush. I always find someone somewhere that I'm like, oh, I want to be like her.
She looks cool. She is cool. She's a cool vibe, cool style.
And that's just, you know, they're happy.
Or she's nice.
Compliment.
And she's inspiring.
And you really never know who you can meet if you have the guts to go outside your comfort zone and speak to strangers.
Okay, and this leads into something that could be helpful. So like, let's say you're wanting to become good at public speaking. You could start by paying compliments. Like if you're shy to talk to people or get out there and you're not that big personality in the room, just try a compliment. That could be a stepping stone to working up that competence and doing the reps to feel more comfortable getting on stage.
Or if you're in sales and you want to connect with someone, feel free. It needs to be genuine. We're not saying like go say you like someone's shirt when you think it's effing hideous. That's not what we're saying.
No fakes. We don't like fakers.
Yeah,
Hotties are not fakers.
Yeah,
let's be clear.
You just give an example of, you just say something like, I like your smile. I like your laugh. It doesn't have to be like some major compliment, but anything, you know, and it will just help. It will just make the other person feel good, and we will feel good for paying it forward.
Totally. Yes. So our big takeaway for today is go compliment somebody. Go make somebody's day. Tell them their hair looks nice. You like their shoes. Something like Lauren said, genuinely that you like about them. And especially if it's not something you do often, we all like to receive compliments. So let's be givers and see what happens.
And since we are in Vegas and we don't live here, we also want to talk about some travel questions to ask somebody you've never traveled with, because we realize that
this is hilarious.
We have both been on vacation, not with significant others, but with other people. And like, I'm not a foodie, and to travel with somebody who's a foodie who only wants to go to restaurants is not my scene. Like, that is a very boring trip for me. That's not how I want to spend my time, my food. I want to go out and sightsee. Meanwhile, if you love food, this isn't going to work. Or let's say that somebody wants to spend the whole entire time together. That's also kind of like if you're like more of an independent person, I don't want to feel handcuffed to you. So we came up with a very short list of questions, what you can ask somebody who you are newly traveling with.
Okay, but before we get into these questions, you guys need some behind the scenes here, because as we've talked about before, Lauren and I are new friends. What's hilarious is like, we didn't do any of this, but
we started all fell into place and we're like, oh, we probably should have like gone with our protocol.
No, but it all worked out. So our friendship has been very easy. It has been what, and you all probably have a friend you're nodding your head again, going like, yep, there's a friend you meet and it just, you connect. There's no drama. Everything just flows. That's totally how our friendship is. So we started talking about it and we're like, man, we're so lucky that this is how it turned out. But what are some good questions that we should ask? Because that's something, as new friends, especially, you should be doing. So here's our list.
Okay. I don't even know where to start. So we're just going to not even give these order. Number one is, how do you travel? Number two, I would say to talk about money. How do you split a bill? Are we going to split everything? Are we putting it on the room and then splitting it? Is it back and forth? Some people maybe travel on a budget while somebody doesn't.
Totally.
Today was like a big day. Like, I don't like people waiting for me to get ready. And so I would rather be ready first. So I know that I would rather get in the shower first, but I also don't take that long to get ready. So if somebody's like, oh, I take 3 hours, I'm like, feel free to get ready first. I also probably would travel with them.
Okay, so that was a lot. So let's unpack that. So how are we going to split money, right? What's your like eating process? Are you like, we need to go to all the best restaurants and how am I going to budget for that, right? What type of activities do we want to do for how do we pack and dress, right? And then I think a really important one is, do you snore? Because if you're sharing a room, it's really important to know that. And also, like, do you sleep with white noise? Because I sleep like blacked out. I don't like any sound. I don't like any light. Like, I literally turn the alarm clock over. That's how much I don't like light. So I think those are big ones to talk through, especially if you're traveling with someone new that you've never traveled with before.
What about an itinerary? I've never traveled somebody who has an itinerary, but I've heard horror stories.
Yes.
I think that's probably, and that probably goes into how do you travel? My thought with how do you travel is really like, do you like food? Do you like to sightsee? Like when you go to sightseeing, do you like to go to churches and art museums, or are you trying to go to bars? Right. Like there's different types of sightseeing, right? So thinking through all of the things of how you like to travel and realizing you might need to communicate that a little bit further, because I think we all look through our own lens at life. So we just assume that we all traveled the same and we don't.
Well, and another thing that could happen is you may know someone for a long time. You may have been friends for a really long time, but you've never traveled together. And it's just like, we all think about this in a relationship. You get to know someone really well once you travel with them. Same goes for friendships, not just significant others. So you may have somebody you really vibe with and they're a good friend and you do all of these things and you could go traveling together and it could turn out to be a nightmare. So it's important to have some talks. We just got lucky.
Yeah,
we got lucky.
We're as planny as we both are. I'm really shocked that it never even crossed either of our minds to have this conversation. But I also think that we've communicated a lot.
We kind of just
within our vacation.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't feel like drinking, or I just feel like having a hamburger, we kind of throw it out there, and neither of us are people pleasing our way through the weekend.
Totally.
Whatever you want to do. It's just like, dude, this is how I'm feeling. How are you feeling?
And it's lucky that we just kind of worked out. Right? We were walking back from the concert and we had talked about, like, I think I said, like, oh, maybe, it would be fun to go have a drink afterwards. And we were toast. Like, how many steps did we get? 25,000?
25,000 days of the concert.
So we're walking back from the concert and she looks at me and she goes, I think I'm done here. And I was like, oh, it's not even a question. We're going home. We're going straight to the room. You can go into bed.
Yeah, it's a new experience to travel with somebody new. It opens your eyes to how that other person lives, even though you're not living with them, but you do live with them for a short amount of time.
Totally.
So you're seeing a new side of someone. So we want to help you get through that so that your next vacation, maybe it's not vacation, maybe it's business, but so your next time on
traveling
with someone new it goes a little more.
Or if you're in the phase of like building new friendships or leveling up friendships and trying to kind of change your circle because you've evolved and things like that. So I think for us to wrap up for our Vegas episode is pay the compliments forward. Go through a questionnaire to really understand who you're traveling with and make sure you're on the same page, because you're spending your hard-earned money to go do something and you want to make it a good time. So a little bit of prep goes a long, long way.
Like that's our theme for every episode.
Preparation is key. And we didn't really say this, but I think we should end with this because it's really fun. We discovered the word salulu on our last time recording together. And so just maybe try saying that in your day. It's pretty fun. I got a little salulu for that.
That's going to make it so much better, whatever it is you're working on.
All right, everybody. As always, we appreciate you hotties tuning in. We are so grateful that you're here listening with us, and we look forward to connecting with you again next week.
Yep. See you then. Bye.
Bye, hotties.